Assalamu alaikum, how are you guys doing? Today we are going to be talking about something that is extremely important. Something that I have seen many people, as a result of not knowing this, fail with their fitness goals. So what is this something? What is this big thing? Well, this big thing is understanding and knowing the difference between causation and correlation. So of course it goes without mention that the difference between causation and correlation is not something that is specific to fitness, but people not knowing this often affects them in the fitness context. I've seen this numerous times. So really it is something that you must know and must also understand it from the fitness perspective as well, which inshallah you will learn today. So anyway, let's get into it. So to begin with, let's define terms. Firstly, causation. What does causation mean? Causation is when something gives rise to something else. It is when something directly causes something else. For example, if I was to push you, that force will force you to move back. If I press the button on your car keys, it will cause the car to be unlocked. Or gravity causes it's causing my feet to be planted on the ground right now, for example. So how does that differ from correlation? Well, correlation is just a link between two things. It is just a relationship between two things. Not necessarily that one of those things caused the other thing. So going back to the example of unlocking the car with the key. Let's say that the last 10 times you've done that, your neighbor has walked past your house at the same time when you unlock your car. Does that mean that you pressing the key to unlock your car also causes your neighbor to walk past your house? No, it just happens to be the case that when you are entering your car, your neighbor also decides to leave his house too. And so therefore there's a correlation between the neighbor going out and you going out. Another interesting example I recently came across is that crime rates actually increase in the summer. You know what also increases in the summer? How many ice creams are sold. Does that mean now that selling ice cream causes cold-blooded murders? No, of course not. But there is a correlation between the two, but of course it's something that is arbitrary, something that is a coincidence, in other words. So now you're probably thinking, okay, that's easy enough. What on earth has this got to do with my fitness goals? I'll tell you what it has to do with fitness goals. A lot of the times, people, they will see someone doing something when they're trying to lose weight. For example, they are doing a specific diet. They are doing, let's say, the keto diet. They're doing any of these fancy diets, or they're cutting out carbs. They will assume that that is why they lost weight. But that is merely a correlation. So for example, someone who cuts out carbs from the diet, is that what caused them to lose weight? No. There is a correlation between people who eat low carb diets and who lose weight, but the actual cause is a caloric deficit, is burning more calories than you consume. So you could go on a low carb diet and that can help you cut out enough calories so that you're in a caloric deficit and you're burning more calories than you consume per day. But the actual cause is the caloric deficit. So you could also not eat low carb and still lose weight as long as you are in a caloric deficit. Or to give you another example, someone eats chicken and they build muscle. Does that mean that chicken causes muscle growth? No, it means chicken correlates to muscle growth. The chicken has, of course, protein, and protein helps you put on muscle, but you don't have to eat chicken. I mean, sure, eat chicken. I eat chicken every day. But you don't have to eat chicken to build muscle. Rather, there's a correlation. There's a positive correlation between people who eat chicken and people who build muscle. But that doesn't mean they cause it. Being able to distinguish these two things in the fitness context, wallah, is one of the most game-changing things when it comes to your fitness goals. Because not being able to distinguish between the two leads people to doing crazy, stupid things. Like, oh, I saw my friend and he did this detox diet and so on and so forth. And so then I start doing this stupid thing as well. No, once you understand the difference, so once you understand what actually brings about results, what actually causes fat loss, what actually causes muscle gain, and you start doing those things, then not only will you be freed from these other stupid things and you can actually enjoy yourself, but it also means that you can enjoy yourself in the long run, and it means you can overall conquer your fitness goals. So I hope this has been useful and this has helped, and if it has, make sure you leave a like and you subscribe and you comment and you share and all this kind of stuff. And also I want to leave you with one question or one thing to think about. Try and think about causation or correlation. Try to think of different examples, and try and think of different examples in the fitness context, and also think of where you may have falsely thought that something causes, let's say, weight loss or muscle gain, and how you can now see how that was wrong and how you can now go about your fitness goals the proper way, basically.